in a little church on a hilltop, where the old oak trees sway and grow, we gather hearts that need mending on the road to oponopono. Grandma's voice like a whisper, soft as twilight, sweet and low. We forgive and we remember, that's the way to let love grow. Oponopono, heal this broken heart, patch up the pieces, mend each part. We say, I'm sorry, please forgive. Thank you, I love you. Now let's live. The preacher speaks of old stories, of sins laid down like heavy stones. But with grace and forgiveness, we find our way back home. Through the fields of cotton morning, to the setting sun we go. Every step a prayer of healing, on the road to oponopono. Oponopono, heal this broken heart, patch up the pieces, mend each part. We say, I'm sorry, please forgive. Thank you, I love you. Now let's live.
Before we begin this masterclass on oponopono and breathwork, I'd like to share with you my own story, my own testimonial of an experience I had back in 2019 that I think is what set everything off, that set the path for me to teach oponopono, become an energy healer and a breathwork facilitator, and share this knowledge, share this wisdom with thousands of people all over the world. It's really been an incredible ride, and it's because of this experience, I think, I'm here with you today. So here we are back in 2019, and this is a year that I would call the year of massive transformation for me, the year of my spiritual awakening. This was the year where I made a decision where I'm going to change everything in my life. For most of my life, I spent 40 years up until that point, I was a drifter, aloof, no direction. I would take jobs to have a paycheck, not necessarily a job that would serve my soul. I would be in relationships just so I can fill the void, not necessarily because of love. And then here I am back in 2019, and I made the decision to change all of that. One way or the other, I said to myself, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out the game we call life. So one morning, like every morning, I decided to go for a long walk. Halfway through my 6-mile walk, I started experiencing some pain in my knee. And I thought to myself, man, that's pretty odd. What's going on here? I was feeling great for so long. Why am I feeling this knee pain? And as I would progress in my walk, the pain would become more intense until it got to a point where it felt like my knee was fused together and I couldn't walk at all. I was stuck, literally. And I said to myself, what's going on? What's happening? And more importantly, what am I going to do? How am I going to get home? And in this state of panic, I said to myself, Dimitri, they did warn you when you were a teenager that all that basketball you were playing was going to catch up to you at some point. All the adults around me would warn me to not play so hard, not put so much strain on my body, because maybe not now as a teenager, but later on in life, you're going to pay, your body's going to be damaged because of this. So here I am in the middle of the street in a state of panic. I'm saying, yep, they did warn me. I should have listened to them. Now I'm going to have to call a doctor. I'm going to have to probably even get surgery. I started telling myself a whole story, and unfounded, of course, right? And in this state of panic, I hear this subtle voice, subtle but clear. And it said to me, Dimitri, you have this thing called Ho'oponopono now. Why not practice it? Why not walk your talk? And I said, yeah, okay. And here I am in the middle of the street. I close my eyes. I become heart-centered, and I started repeating a mantra, and I started practicing some of the tools I had learned about Ho'oponopono. And we refer to these tools as cleaning, right? We're cleaning the muck that's within us. And I'll go into detail later what cleaning actually really means. So here I am for a couple of minutes now. I'm within, my eyes are closed, I'm working on myself, and that voice kicked in again and very clear said, Dimitri, you don't have a knee pain. You have a fear of moving forward. You see, for most of your life, you lack direction. And now all of a sudden, you have structure, you have passion, you have imagination, you have vision, you have inspiration, you have this need or this desire, or this inspiration to help others. And this is literally going against everything that you've been practicing for 40 years. And I come to understand in that moment, through the wisdom of this voice, that your body it doesn't know how to react, because for 40 years you were in one direction, and now all of a sudden you're making changes, and the body's like, wait a minute, this is not you, Dimitri. This is not normal. I'm literally going to stop you where you are. Literally, that knee pain came because my subconscious mind, that inner child within me, wanted to stop me to keep me safe. Isn't that incredible? So now, armed with this knowledge, this wisdom, I continued on with my Ho'oponopono practice. And all of a sudden, I started feeling some relief, at least to the point where I can comfortably walk home. 24 hours later, that pain was gone. Never to come back. Isn't that incredible? Now, I have stories like that I can create 20 of these webinars just sharing my testimonials. It's that powerful. But here's what I've come to understand about Ho'oponopono and breathwork. You literally can heal anything in your life. Well, just about anything in your life. It just requires a few things. It requires consistency and some form of belief that it is possible, and more importantly, that you're worthy and you're capable of healing. That you're so special that the divine wants you to see you fulfill your full purpose. There has to be something in there. It doesn't have to be a full door open, wide open, ready to receive, but maybe just a crack. Maybe the faith the size of a mustard seed, right? So Ho'oponopono literally means to correct an error or to make things right. So what does that mean? For us to understand that, we have to maybe take a step back a little bit and understand who we are. And nothing that I'm going to teach you today, that you're going to learn today, is going to make sense if what we're about to talk about doesn't resonate with you. So the first question we have to ask ourselves to make sense of what we're about to share is we have to ask ourselves, who am I? Who am I really? Most of us will answer, well, my name is Dimitri. I am this person who lives in Florida. I am someone who's in their 40s. Those are not you. These are descriptions of your avatar self. Here's who you really are. You are a spark of the divine. You are part of the entire universe. You are perfect. You were created in the image of your creator. So for us to say that we're imperfect would imply in some level that creation itself is imperfect. And that's impossible. So my intentions today with this webinar is to show you the divine self within you, is to show you the true power that's within you. One of my promises is if you stick through this entire process, you're going to learn so much about yourself and you're going to be inspired to let go. Because that's really what this whole practice is about. The breath work, Ho'oponopono, is about letting go and letting God. Letting go of what? right? Letting go of all the programming that was instilled in you, that you inherited from society, that has taken you away from your divine self, that's taken you away from your Father, the Creator. So like I said, you're perfect. You're perfect in every way. The reason why you can't see the divine in you, the perfectness, if that's a word, is because you're inundated with programming that you inherited from society, from your parents, from the church, from school, from your neighbors, from the television, from the music you listen to. All of that has influenced you and made you believe that you are less than who you are. So I've mentioned a couple of times in this video about healing and healing yourself. And I want to be careful that how I use this word and how you receive it. Healing doesn't imply that you're broken. You're not. And when I say healing, what I mean is the process of healing is about letting go everything that is not you. So you naturally bring out the highest version of who you are. Within you are infinite versions of you, and they're all fine. But if there's a version of you that's existing today that maybe isn't serving you anymore, know that there's another version within you that is ready to come out and blossom and express its light to the world. But to do that, it requires letting go. Letting go of the judgment that you have about others, letting go about the judgment that you have about yourself, letting go of the fears that were instilled in you from society, created consciously or unconsciously, deliberately, or by mistake. These programs are keeping you stifled. It's keeping you small. Some famous character from 2,000 years ago said to us, "You can do everything I can and more." I live my life trying to understand, not through an intellectual process, but through an emotional process, through experience, what Jesus meant by that. And what I've come to understand so far is that we're all healers. We're healers of ourselves, right? We can heal anything. And I gave you the example of healing a physical injury. But what I'm saying to you is your relationships that are creating pain, your financial stress, your lack of purpose. Maybe you're working a job that isn't serving you, but for some reason, you're showing up to this thing every single day without questioning it, without saying, maybe there's something more for me. And the reason why you don't feel that way is because of your inner programming. And I'm going to give you an example now. Some of you right now have been inspired to have your own healing practices, your own healing coaching, but you've stopped yourself. You feel limited, afraid. Why? Because there's something in you. There's this little voice, this little inner critic that's saying to you, you can't start a business like that. One, people are going to think you're crazy. How are you going to start a small business? You don't have money. How are you going to start a business? Look at all these businesses that are failing. How about Uncle Joe? You remember Uncle Joe or Aunt Mary when they tried to start a business and they failed? Do you remember in the news where the news said 90% of small businesses fail? No, I can't start a business. I would love to start a business, but what a dream. That's not for me. I have responsibilities. Everything that I just shared with you, all those statements are literally programs. It's energy that we're all carrying within us that are keeping us from moving forward. So every time you say, I'm going to start a business, that energy of excitement starts bubbling up to your awareness. And for a moment, you start getting excited, you start getting inspired. But what follows is the doubts, the limited beliefs, the stories you've shared with yourself. I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. All of that. And I'm here to tell you today, according to the divine's blueprint for you, it's nonsense. And up until this point, it was an unconscious behavior that you were participating in. You didn't know any better. But if you see this webinar through, at some point, that unconscious action now becomes a conscious choice. You're going to choose to either move forward in your life because you're going to be empowered with the tools, or you're going to choose to continue to stay limited. But make no mistake, it is a choice you're going to make. When I found Ho'oponopono and breathwork, everything changed. Let me just, before we go into the details of Ho'oponopono and its practice and how I came to find it, let's shift gears a little bit to breathwork. For a better part of 20, 25 years, from the age of 18 to about 40 or 41, I would wake up every day with severe anxiety. Without explanation, without any provocation, something would happen every morning and I'd feel overwhelmed with anxiety, or I would just want to stay in my bed. Didn't matter how my life was going. It was going good, it was going bad, made no difference. Every single morning, the constant was my friend anxiety. And I was introduced to breathwork through like YouTube. I started filtering through some of the channels, and I found breathwork. And I started practicing it without any kind of direction. I was just breathing deep and letting it go. And after 3 months of this practice, I woke up one morning and my anxiety was gone. And it never came back, at least not until that point. Occasionally, I would experience some experiential anxiety or being uncomfortable, because I think anxiety is a wrong word, but I would feel that inner turmoil maybe. But it didn't matter because now I had the tools to overcome it. It used to be, well, I would go days, months, years feeling this constant stress, anxiety, and worry, because now I had these tools. Those days, months, and years would be seconds, minutes, but no longer than an hour. My life truly did change. And that's why I'm sharing this with you, because if you practice this, if you make a conscious choice to practice Ho'oponopono and some version of breathwork, you can't help but change your life. You can't help but become inspired with your life. You can't help but want to serve others. You cannot help but find the divinity within you. So let's talk about why these practices work. It works because everything that you experience in your life is happening within you. There's nothing outside of you that's influencing you. Everything outside of you is a projection of what's happening within you. But specifically your subconscious mind. In Ho'oponopono, we call it the unipili, the inner child that's within you, that's still carrying the trauma of what happened to you when you were 5, what happened to you when you were 7, when you were 20 years old, maybe when you were 40. These stories, like a recorder, are playing within you. When I made that decision to become a holistic practitioner and teach energy healing and offer these sessions, those stories of doubt and fear of being judged, they're all bubbling up, bubbling up, bubbling up. And before I had these tools, I just accepted it for what it was. And I would revert back to my old ways. So Ho'oponopono allows us to get into the subconscious mind when we normally wouldn't have access to it. We think we're in control of our lives. We're not. What controls our lives is our habits. The only thing we're in control of is creating our habits. Here's a tough pill to swallow, my friends. And maybe it won't resonate now, but I'm just planting the seed in your mind. You are on autopilot 95% of your day. 95% of your day. It's the programs that you've instilled within yourself that are running your story. And to go even deeper than that, those stories that are within you are often influenced by what happened to you in your childhood. And not necessarily what happened to you in your childhood, but the way you perceived it. Many of us, most of us, maybe even all of us, have gone through a level of trauma, right? But it's how we addressed it. It's how we perceived it that determined our path. Did we go in a positive way, or did we stay stuck? And what we come to understand through science now, and through understanding how we evolve as human beings, is from the ages of 2 to about 7, we're in what we call a theta mindset, a brain cycle, where our brains are completely open. ready to receive what life has to give to us, right? We have no perceptions, we have no expectations because we don't have any history, right? So everything we're seeing from a blank slate, and we're accepting everything that's coming through us. And we accept the truth of what our parents have taught us, of the people around us, the adults that are around us, because our childish minds, well, like, this is the parent, this is the person in charge of me. They must know what's best for me. So we have accepted what they have instilled in us as truth. And something interesting happens around 7 years old. That door to the subconscious mind, to the hard drive of our mind, closes. And what remains is the conscious mind, which is only about 5% of our understanding. The rest of it is happening in the background. We're unaware of it. Can you imagine that? 95% of your day, you're running unconsciously from programs that were instilled from somebody else. I'll never forget this moment. I was watching a YouTube video of Bob Proctor, and Bob Proctor said, you think you're in control, you think you're in charge. He's like, your suffering is not even yours. Your beliefs are not yours. They came from somebody else. You accepted it. That was a turning point moment for me. And I started thinking about that. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, a lot of my behaviors now, I can tie it back to my parents, to the people around me. And I started asking myself, well, if I received it from them, where did they receive their information from? Probably from their parents and the people around them. Well, where did they get their information from? And why were they so sure that this is true? So we're operating on information that we believe is true when really it came from a limited perspective. So if it came from a limited perspective, then why would we choose consciously to hold on to it? We wouldn't, of course, right? Because really we only have two choices in life. When people ask me, do we have free will? The way I like to explain is we really only have two paths. We have the path of the conscious mind, the hard drive that's filled with other people's perceptions, limited beliefs, fears, right? Their own interpretation of life. Or we have the divine. We have God. Now, where would you want to take your direction from? The divine, right? We're here, in my humble opinion, we're here to create heaven on earth. There is a shift on the planet. And this is why I'm inspired to share this information with you, because we need more light workers. We need more people to awaken to their truth so we can change what's happening in the world. But change only happens from within. Because remember, what we see in our outer world is only a reflection of what's happening within us. Those emotions, those stories, those fears, that energy that's within us is being projected out in a visual way. And all it really is everything that we see in our world is just an indicator. It's an alert to say, hey, Dimitri, you see how that person came into your life and set you off and triggered you? It's only showing up to show you that you're holding on to something, right? Too often we blame our triggers on other people. You made me feel this way. You did this to me. When really, those people that we perceive as bad or hurting us, they're our greatest teachers. They're poking our buttons. They're triggering us so we can become aware of what we're holding on to, so we can free ourselves, become the nothingness that we really are. And nothingness, I mean this in the greatest possible way. Imagine not carrying the fears, the judgments, the jealousy, the expectations, this need to compare ourselves to other people, comparison, right? The killer of all joy. Imagine just being okay with who you are and knowing how powerful you really are. You have the ability to heal the world. There is so much energy within you, so much divine energy within you, that if you are able to unfold it and become aware of it, you literally can light up cities. That's how electrifying you are. But to realize that, we have to let it go. We have to let it all go. Bring us back to the divine. So I'm going to pause for a second, and I want you to reflect on everything we talked about so far. Does it resonate with you? Does this make sense? Do you understand why you've been suffering? Now, in the past, you were suffering through ignorance, but now that you know this information, if you continue to suffer, it's a choice. But I'm going to show you exactly today how we're going to let this all go. But before I do, I want to share another story, another example, if you will, a testimonial of how powerful the whole oponopono modality really is. So I came across a story back in 2018, 2019 of a Hawaiian therapist, Dr. Hulin. Dr. Hulin was asked to become the therapist, the main therapist of a criminally insane ward at Hawaii State Hospital. The hospital needed funding in order to maintain this ward. And in order to have the funding, they needed a therapist. So they asked Dr. Hulin, would you please be the therapist? He says, reluctantly, he said, yes, I'll do this. I'll become your therapist, but I'm not going to practice traditional talk therapy. I'm going to do this thing called oponopono. And they're like, whatever, we need the help. And now you should understand that the patients he was dealing with were very dangerous. These are criminally insane patients who had a history of physical abuse, sexual abuse. Some of them were murderers. The hospital itself was dangerous, so dangerous where the staff would have to walk with their backs against the wall because they were in fear that they were going to be jumped and attacked by the inmates, by the patients. Very dangerous place. So for 4 years, Dr. Hulin would walk down these halls, never talking to the patients, never having a consultation with them, never practicing traditional therapy. Instead, here's what he used to do. He would go into his office and pick up their chart and read everything about them. And he would close his eyes and just become aware of the story that was going on in his body. What was he feeling? He was feeling fear, anger, intense anger, judgment. Whatever he was feeling, he would tell the divine, whatever is in me, I'm sorry. Whatever is in me that's creating this reality of these criminally insane patients, please forgive me. Thank you for bringing this up to my awareness, and I love you. So what he was doing is he was repeating a 4-phrase mantra. Thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. And he would repeat it over and over and over again until he would feel a shift in his energy. Over the course of 4 years, what he started noticing is that these patients were healing, and they were healing on their own. These patients who were scheduled to be in that facility for years because they were so dangerous were being released after a few months because they were healed. Where patients would have to be shackled to move from room to room, no longer had to be shackled because they were experiencing healing, real healing. After the course of 4 years, they had to close the ward down because there was no other patients to work with. This was an incredible story. And like you, maybe some of you right now were like, wait a minute, this is a far-fetched story. You mean by repeating, thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, these patients are being healed? I have to tell you, if you're experiencing some doubt now, that's okay, because I did there too. But there was something about the story that inspired me to continue on learning about the Ho'oponopono practice. So let's talk about this thank you, I love you, please forgive me, and I'm sorry mantra. What we're doing is we're talking to the divine, and we're telling the divine, our creator, who we're always connected with, but we've forgotten this. Creator, I don't know what's going on within me. I realize there's things happening in my reality that's only a projection. So I'm surrendering it to you. I can't do it with the small self. I have to give it up to you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. So we're repenting. We're asking for forgiveness. We're expressing gratitude for something that's already done, because when you ask Creator for something, it's already done, even though on a physical level, we may not be aware of it. But energetically, every time I say thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, or any form of that, I've come to understand now that it's done. I've also come to understand that I'm not here to live life alone. I'm not here to try to find my path. I'm here to surrender to the divine and allow divine's path, allow divine's purpose to come through me. Allow me to walk through the divine, speak through the divine, act through the divine. And the only way to do that is to completely surrender, let go, and let God, right? Buddha said the cause of all suffering, the root of all suffering is attachment. He wasn't referring to physical attachments like cars and lifestyles and jewelry and vacations. He was talking about the stories we tell ourselves, the judgments we have towards others, the fears we have about life and ourselves. This is inherited. It's not divine. It's not you. It's the story. It's like that dirty coat we wear, and we're constantly walking around saying, what smells? Why do I feel so dirty? It's because you're wearing something that's not you. Let it go. And I understand that's easier said than done. That's why we say thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. And I'm sorry. They're very powerful. You know, there's Dr. Joe Vitale, which deserves a lot of credit for bringing Ho'oponopono to the mainstream. He talks a lot about the 4 levels of awareness. And level 1 is victimhood, which unfortunately most of the world is still stuck in. In victimhood, you hear yourself saying a lot of, this is your fault. You did this to me. The world is terrible. I'm the way I am because of you. There's nothing I can do about it because the problem is outside of me. But eventually that gets old. And when you finally connect to your spiritual path and that awareness starts developing, you graduate to level 2. Level 2 is awareness. This is the level where you start understanding life isn't what I thought it was. The problems are not outside of me. The problems are the stories, the energy that I'm keeping within myself. There's nothing really outside of me that's creating this suffering, right? And this is where you start asking yourself questions and you start confronting some of the thoughts that you have, you know? And once you get to that point, you start looking into the level 3, right? You start graduating and you're merging into the energies of level 3, which is deliberate creator. Now, deliberate creator is where you start learning about things like the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of cause and effect. You're now becoming deliberate about how you're showing up in life. You're saying, I'm going to do my affirmations. I'm going to have a positive mindset. I'm going to visualize. This is you taking control of your life and saying, no more, this is what I'm doing, which is a beautiful state to be. But I think there's another level, and that's level 4, which is allowing. And this is when you come to terms with the idea that you're not in charge, so let it go. You're not here to try to make things work. You're here just to be and to receive. There is a spiritual blueprint, an energetic blueprint within you that is ready to be unveiled and unfolded for you. And Creator wants so badly to have a relationship with you and work through you, where instead of trying to figure out, is this right for me? Is this wrong for me? You just go into silence and you listen. Creator, what do you have for me now? Right? This practice not only will free you from your financial concerns, from the concerns of comparing yourself from others, but it will also connect you to your intuition, your psychic abilities, your ability to connect through energy, feel others. Those of you who categorize yourselves as empaths, you understand this. But many of you who are on that empath path feel tortured because you experience so much energy and you don't know what to do with it. Level 4, the awareness, the allowing, allows you to let go of all that and just let Creator work through you. So there is no more choice. There's no more, do I make a left turn? Do I make a right turn? You simply listen to the direction and you just take the turn that was always meant for you, the perfect space. And you do that moment to moment to moment. So as you clean, and there's tons to clean, my friends, and this is where maybe I shift in a different way, a different avenue, where maybe I'm feeling joyful and inspired in this story so far. There's another part to this. We're inundated with the programs. You can call it data, right? You can call it stories. You can call it the sins, whatever you want to call it. It's the stuff that we're carrying, and we're full of it. We're full of the muck. We're full of the crap. For every conscious thought we have, for every conscious hit we have, there are millions more that we're unconscious of. You know, many of you, if you do a Google search, maybe I'll display it here, you'll notice the iceberg, right? The iceberg of consciousness, where the top 10% is the awareness. The part of the iceberg that's above water is our awareness. And we live life believing that we're in that 10%, that 5%, that we think we know life. But it's what's under the water that's really influencing the 90% that we're not aware of. You can go mad trying to figure out what's going on with you. You can go mad trying to figure out what happened in your childhood that's influencing your decisions today. And what I'm trying to convey to you today is you don't have to do that. You can let go and you can let God. And you can do that through the oponopono practice. And I'm only today, there's so many different tools, but today, for our purposes, I'm only going to invite you to practice. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And again, it doesn't have to be that exact way. It can be any variation of that. Maybe you're just inspired to say thank you. That's okay. But let me offer you a different perspective, the neuroscience perspective. The famous neuroscientist, Dr. Joe Dispenza, says we have, on average, 70,000 thoughts a day. 70,000 thoughts a day. Of those 70,000 thoughts, most of them are repetitive. You had the thoughts yesterday, last year, and probably for decades, just recycling themselves. Of those repetitive thoughts, most of them are negative. I'm not good enough. You're not good enough. You're bad. I'm unworthy. You're terrible. All that stuff that's just weighing us down, keeping us from our light. So if our thoughts start everything, and we're repeating, I'm not worthy, 70,000 times a day, no wonder we're experiencing the life we're experiencing. When we're judging others, no wonder we feel the conflict. But what if we've replaced I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, or I'm stupid, or you're stupid with I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And thank you. Do you know of a higher vibration statement other than I love you? No. And we're a vibration, we live in an ocean of vibration. Everything is vibration. Some low vibrations, some high vibrations. So you're literally moment to moment replacing I'm unworthy with I love you. And every time you do that, you're leveling up just a little bit. You're creating space within yourself for the divine to come through and give you some direction. Does this make sense? Are you feeling the shift? So there's three perspectives. There's three principles, if you will, of Ho'oponopono as I've understood it. In order for this to work, if you want to be successful in this practice, there's three things you have to keep in mind moment to moment. One, you're responsible for your own creation. Your life is your creation. The problem is you've been creating it unconsciously. You've been creating it from other people's perspectives. But now with this tool, you can create deliberately. But you have to be 100% responsible. And that's a tough thing to do, and I get it. And that takes practice on a moment to moment to moment basis. So when somebody comes to you and points the finger at you and wants to argue with you, on some level, you have to ask yourself, what's going on within me that's attracting this person, that's creating the story? And instead of trying to fight it like you would have in the past, you're now going within yourself and saying, I'm taking responsibility. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. and I love you. And I thank you, and I love you, and I thank you. And you repeat it as much as you need to repeat it until you feel that relief, and you will. So be 100% responsible. And the second one is constantly clean. Cleaning refers to the healing tools, like the 4-phrase mantra, thank you, I love you, please forgive me, and I'm sorry. That's a cleaning tool. Every time we repeat it, we're cleaning up the muck. The divine knows what you need. You don't have to go into prayer and tell this whole story to God, what you need and why you need it. God knows you. God created you. And it knows exactly what's perfect for you. Well, the one thing you must do is give permission to the Creator to come through. That's our free will. Either we move towards God or we move against God. And every time you say thank you and I love you, you're inviting God to work on you and heal and cleanse something that you couldn't do on your own. And then finally, take massive inspired action. Not just any action, inspired action. As you clean up, as you clean all that muck, like I mentioned, you're creating space. You're creating space for God to come through and speak to you. And the clearer you are, the clearer that voice becomes. It becomes almost obvious. It's almost like you can hear the way, you hear the divine like you can hear my own voice. Very clear, very deliberate. And that's how we move out of the hard drive, the inner hard drive, the inner programming, into a new direction. Because nothing changes unless we change, right? And we can only change by taking different action. But we don't want to get stuck in that loop of same action, same results. We want God to guide us. And I promise you, if you can, moment to moment, think about those 3 principles. 100% responsibility. Always be cleaning on everything, because everything you're creating. And then finally find that divine inspiration so you can move out of your current space and into a higher energy. I promise you everything's going to change. And that's why I'm so inspired about breathwork and oponopono. When I first started my journey, I wanted to help people. And a lot of the modalities that I was practicing and became certified in, which were wonderful, required that the person who needed healing had to come to me, the healer, and help them heal. And Ho'oponopono tells us, you're perfect. There's really nothing to heal, let's be honest, except for your perception. And you are perfectly capable of healing that part of you. You're perfectly capable of connecting with the divine. You don't need a middleman. Everything you need is within you. You need to be deliberate, consistent, and ready to receive. And I promise you everything will change. So briefly, let's talk about breathwork, because at the end of this presentation, you're going to have an opportunity to experience about a 20-minute, 25-minute deep breathwork session. And it's inspired by me to help you release all the stuff. The reason why we don't change is because change can be difficult. It can be challenging. Because right when you're ready to make that paradigm shift into a new life, the muck comes up into your awareness. It attacks you. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel fearful. And breath work is such a powerful modality where it pushes through, if you will. It just allows you to be in a state of mind, a state of consciousness where the stories are literally just coming off. You're purging them, and you're doing it in such a beautiful way. And that's really why I practice this. That's why I practice Ho'oponopono. That's why I practice breath work, because there's nothing for me to do but let go and let God. Breath work is one of those few modalities that I've personally experienced where you can create a shift almost instantly. Many of my clients shift out of their poverty mindset, their health, their negative health mindsets within one shift. I've seen people who couldn't walk, were almost crippled in pain, start running around after just a short 90-minute breathwork session with me. I've seen miracles. And what I've come to understand is miracles is our birthright. That's what you're here to do. You're here to experience miracle after miracle after miracle, because that's who you are. Okay? So again, I'm going to check in with you now. How are you feeling? Are you feeling lighter? Is this resonating with you? Yeah. Well, it's not over. We still have breath work to accomplish. We still have ways of going deeper and deeper. And as I'm continuing this, I would encourage you to start practicing Ho'oponopono right now. If you haven't already, in your mind, as I'm speaking, thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Because separation is an illusion. And what I've come to understand or understand is as I repeat this and I'm healing myself, I'm healing you. I'm healing everyone around us because we're one collective consciousness. We're all connected. You may feel inspired after this webinar to share this information. And while I will encourage you to do so, understand that they're not the ones that require healing. All you have to do, you don't even have to tell them how to do it. All you have to do is work on yourself. And as you work on yourself, what you're going to notice is everyone around you is going to change. The people you look at, your friends, your family, when you look at them with perceived issues or problems, as you clean up yourself and you clean up that muck, you're going to notice that they're changing. Because we're all connected. We're all one. I just want to take a moment and just soak this beautiful energy in. So that's Ho'oponopono in a nutshell. Hopefully, my intention was to provide you with enough inspiration, a testimonial, and a basic practice for you to get started. The beauty of Ho'oponopono is simple. Healing doesn't have to be hard. It has to be consistent. You have to be devoted on a moment to moment to moment basis. So I'm going to provide you 3 different ways you can practice the Ho'oponopono mantra. There's really no right or wrong. It's whatever influences you. But if you're looking for some structure, I'm going to provide you some structure. The first one is if there's something in your mind or something heavy in your heart, I want you to sit down, take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, and just place your attention on your perceived issue, whatever it is. Create an image in your mind's eye of this issue and just repeat the mantra. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And you're going to repeat the mantra without attachment, without expectations of results or how things should be. Because again, it's about making it right. That's the definition of Ho'oponopono. It's not making it the way we want it to be. It's about making it right. It's about getting back onto the path of our Creator. And sometimes we don't understand what that looks like, but that's where our faith comes in. So you're closing your eyes, you're visualizing your issue. Thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. And you're going to do that until you feel better, you feel a shift, you feel relief, or until you're just tired of repeating the mantra. And option number 2, what I want you to do, the biggest opportunity for you to change is in the moment where you're triggered. When you're in a heated argument with somebody, with your spouse, and they're telling you everything that's poking your buttons, it's in those moments before you react, before you say something that probably isn't serving you or them. Thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. And you just keep repeating it. Not easy, I understand that, but that's the path. And then finally, a third option is just keep saying it. Say it when you feel good. Say it when you feel terrible. Say it. Just constantly repeat it. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Because again, what are we working against? Those 70,000 thoughts, that energy that never stops, that monkey mind. Do you think your monkey mind is ever resting? It's not. Right? You have to come to terms with somebody is talking to somebody. Either your mind is speaking to you or you're speaking to your mind. Either your mind, that monkey mind, that inner critic is giving you direction, or you're being deliberate in your life and you're giving it direction. Your mind is incapable of making those sort of decisions. It doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining in your mind or what's actually happening in your reality. So when you're saying thank you and I love you and you're overriding the old programs, it's literally changing you. Literally. You're rewriting your story. You're overriding those 70,000 thoughts that are driving your results. So those are three basic practices that you can take advantage of. But what I want you to understand is, as you continue on with your whole oponopono practice, spiritually, you're going to evolve. Your connection to the divine, to spirit, is going to develop. You're going to open up in ways you never thought imaginable, because that is your gift. It's a gift, but it's everyone's. It's more, maybe a gift isn't the correct way to say it. It is your birthright. It is your birthright. It's your birthright to transcend your five senses and go into those higher faculties. And Ho'oponopono is going to help you. Breathwork is going to help you. Okay? So if you have any questions for me, go into the chat box, leave them, and when I read them, I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability. So I would encourage any and all questions. But before you ask the question, I would ask you to clean on it. Is it really a question that you need an answer for? Or is it just some confusion? Because an even higher truth is, I really didn't teach you anything today. This is more of a process of reminding you of what you've forgotten that's still instilled in you, maybe deep within you, but it's within you. Nobody really can teach you anything. We're just here to remind you of who you are, and you are the divine. So it's almost that time for us to experience our breathwork session. I'm really excited for you. The next 20 or 25 minutes is going to be transformative. You think you shifted now after what we've shared? Wait until you experience the breathwork. It's going to be life-changing. And I look forward to your feedback. Once the breathwork is done, I invite you to leave your comments in the inbox, in the comment section. Let me know your experience. What did you feel? What did you see? What did you hear? What insights did you gain? What were you able to let go of? I want to hear it all. I'm excited. This is what really drives me and inspires me, is your stories. I do want to ask you a question now. How do you feel with everything that you've learned today, everything that we've shared? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel more empowered? Because if you do, I want to share with you an opportunity that we can have together. If you've experienced a shift in this short hour, hour and a half, imagine what we can do together in 8 hours. I created a program called Awaken Your Spirit, a Day of Transformation. This is an 8-hour, 9-hour, 10-hour session where I travel to you and I connect with you, your friends, and your family for an entire day of breathwork, Ho'oponopono, inner child meditation. We dive deep. Not only are you going to become empowered by the knowledge that we're going to share, but you're going to let go of so much. And I have to tell you, like I mentioned, when you let go of something, you're not just letting it go in yourself, you're letting it go in the collective. So this really is a gift to humanity that we're going to be sharing with each other. So for 8 hours, deep, deep worth. If you're ready to let go of that stuff, if you're really ready to take your life to that next level of joy and abundance, this is the opportunity for you. So I want to make this opportunity special for you. I want to give you a gift and share my gratitude and express my gratitude for you taking time out of your day and listening to what I have to say. So normally these 8-hour sessions are $1,500 to $1,500, which considering that you're able to invite up to 15 people to join you in this experience, it's a low investment, low time, low investment, huge potential results. But as a thank you for joining this webinar, I want to offer you a $300 discount. So instead of $1,500, because you joined this and because you clicked on the link that I'm going to provide to you, you're going to get a $300 discount. Just enter in the promo code, it is time. It is time. It is time to change everything. In addition to that discount for signing up during this webinar, now this promotion is only available if you sign up during the webinar. But in addition to the $300 discount, I'm offering a private one-on-one coaching session or breathwork session, depending on what you prefer. But in this session, you're also able to invite 2 others to share the experience via Zoom. So, and that in itself is a $250 value. So by signing up to the one-day seminar, to the one-day event during this webinar, you're saving over $550. I'm going to include some other freebies. I'm going to include 5 of my ebooks that cover different breathwork styles. We go deep into the oponopono. You'll even learn how to journal through the oponopono practice. And that's for you just for signing up. So in just a moment, we're going to take a short break. And you're going to use that break to use the restroom, to take a breath, just reflect on your experience, sign up for the one-day workshop. And then when we come back, we're going to begin. All right. So here's the link. Here's the website. Do it. Sign up. Let me know. Send me a message. Let me know that you signed up. We're going to get together. We'll have a 15-minute private conversation where I can go a little deeper into the expectations of the program, the one-day program, and we'll set a date and we'll talk about all the specifics. And I'm so excited. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this information. Thank you for the opportunity of being able to work with you in the near future. So I'll see everyone in 10 minutes.
If your spirit feels stuck in the mundane, you're ready for a transformation. Discover Awaken Your Spirit. A day of transformation with Dimitris. This isn't just a workshop, it's a journey into the depths of your being. Imagine a full day of deep breath work, chakra clearing, reconnective energy healing, and a profound dive into oponopono and inner child work. Dimitris, a seasoned energy healer and spiritual coach, will travel to you for this life-changing experience. All you need to do is choose the venue, gather up to 15 of your closest friends and family, and let Dimitris guide you all through a day of complete transformation. Feel the shift, embrace the change, awaken your spirit. Let Dimitris show you the way to unlocking your true potential. Sign up today for a journey that will leave you empowered, connected, and transformed. Unlock your true potential with Dimitris.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope your 10 minutes was productive. So how are you feeling? Good. A special thank you to everyone who did sign up, who took the time to sign up for them. Much gratitude. We're going to connect very soon. We're going to have a 15-minute complimentary conversation, exploratory conversation to set a date. And I'll go into a little more detail about what the expectations are and how to best prepare. Okay. But we made it. We did it. We're here. It's breathwork time. I just want to take a couple of minutes to give you some recommended direction to make sure that we have the best possible experience. Now, breathwork has the ability to shift your physiology. Some of us, we might start feeling some tingling. We might feel a shift in our temperature. All of that is normal. You might feel a rush of energy, lightheadedness. These things are normal in the breathwork practice. What I would say is your health and your safety always comes first. So while I would encourage you to push through your paradigm, to kind of nudge yourself past your comfort zone, because that's where change actually happens, also be mindful of your health. If you feel you're really uncomfortable and slow it down. It's okay. You're going to have this video and this webinar replay for 7 days. So you can always come back and return it and repeat the breath work, which I would certainly encourage you to do it. The more you do it, the freer you become. So some recommendations, right? While it's okay to experience the breath work sitting up, I would recommend you lay down. Make sure you have a pair of headphones because we're going to be playing some music and some brain entrainment audio. If you have an eye mask, I would encourage you to put it on because you want to block out as many of the senses as you can. I want you to let go. Let go of expectation. Let go of what's going around you in your house. Let go of what you feel like you need to do after this or tomorrow. Now is the only thing that matters. Okay. I don't know what your experience is going to be. And I think that's why this is so wonderful. Everyone's different. Everyone's experience is different. The results are different. What I would encourage you to set your mind in and accept is that whatever happens is perfect for you in this time and space. Whatever happens. If you feel a sense of calmness, perfect. If you feel energy rushing through your body, perfect. If you feel the need to cry, to laugh, to scream, it's just energy. Let it go. Let it express itself. Right? It's time to let go of that imprint within us. If you've taken nothing from this conversation, just let go. Let go of trying to be in charge. Okay, at least for the next 20, 25 minutes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think I have anything more to say other than I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And thank you. All right, folks. We'll see you in 20, 25 minutes. Blessings.
It's time to begin. It's time to begin the process of letting go of what no longer serves us and may be preventing us from realizing our highest potential. Are you ready for your shift? In round 1, we will be breathing from our mouth. 2 breaths in, 1 breath out. And it's going to sound something like this. Allow the powerful oponopono phrases to cleanse your mind, body, and soul while you stay focused on your breath. Are you ready? Let's begin. 3, 2, 1. Follow this pattern for the next 10 minutes.
Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. 7 more minutes. Sorry. You're doing amazing. Keep going. Stay focused. Stay centered. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you.
5 more minutes. We're halfway there.
Please
Feel the
forgive
shift
me.
in your energy. Stay focused. I promise you there's a big payoff coming for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you.
3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Look how far you've
I'm
come.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you.
Down to the last minute. One more minute. We are so close. Stay focused. Stay center. Pay attention to your breath. Your payoff is coming, I promise.
Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you.
10, 9, 8,
Please forgive me.
7, 6, 5,
I'm sorry.
4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. Hold. And from your perineum, squeeze your perineum from the bottom of your spine up into your navel, into your solar plex, squeeze into your heart, your throat, your eyebrows, the top of your head. Squeeze, and let it go.
Please
Relax.
I'm sorry.
You're amazing. But take control of your breath. You are in charge. 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out. Deep breath in, slow, full breaths.
I'm
Congratulate
sorry.
you, my friends. And I thank you for doing this important work.
Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Let's get ready for round 2. In round 2, we will begin by taking a deep breath in and out. It will sound something like this. Listen to my guidance throughout this round, as I will eventually prompt you to double the speed of your breath. I honor you for doing this work. Remember why you have chosen to commit to this work. It's time to set yourself free. When I count down from 3 to 1, we'll begin our deep breathing. Are you ready? Let's do it. Breathe in. Follow this pattern for the next 10 minutes.
Money flows into my life. I attract prosperity quickly and easily. I am a money magnet. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am financially abundant. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I always think positively about money. I focus on attracting wealth. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances are healthy and thriving. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life. I attract prosperity quickly and easily. I am a money magnet. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am financially abundant. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I always think positively about money. I focus on attracting wealth. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances are healthy and thriving. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life. I attract prosperity quickly and easily. I am a money magnet. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am financially abundant. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I focus on attracting wealth. My finances are healthy and thriving. Money flows into my life. I am a money magnet. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I focus on attracting wealth. My finances are healthy and thriving. Money flows into my life. I am a money magnet. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I focus on attracting wealth. My finances are healthy and thriving. Money flows into my life. I am a money magnet. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always manifest money when I need it. I focus on attracting goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows quickly and easily. I always have all the money.
7 more minutes. 7 more minutes. Focus on your breath. Allow any energies that is no longer serving you to rise up to the surface for release.
Prosperity quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly.
5 more minutes, everyone. We're halfway there. You're doing it. Feel the shift in your body. We will double our speed of our breath in just 1 minute. Keep going.
Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money.
When I count from 3 to 1, we're going to double the speed of our breathing. And in 2 more minutes, we will double the speed again. Remember, the more you give this practice, the more you're going to receive. So double the speed for me sounds something like 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals.
You're 2 minutes away from the last round of this breathwork session. So it's time to double the speed again. 2 more minutes. Make them count.
I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very quickly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money.
We're down to the last minute of the breathwork part of this experience. Can you believe it? Feel the shift that has already taken place. One more minute. Make it count. I love you.
Effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Hold. Hold your breath. And when I count from 3 to 1, I want you to let all the air out of your lungs and then hold your breath for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let it all out. Let it all out. And hold. 30 seconds. Just feel what's happening. Feel the shift. Feel the change within you. 20 seconds.
Effortlessly into my life.
15.
I always have all the money I need. My life is
10.
I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly.
3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. And relax. Relax. You did amazing. Feel.
Effortlessly into my life.
Enjoy.
Very lightly and easily.
You've shifted. You just relax for the next 2 minutes before we begin our meditation portion of this experience. You did amazing. You deserve everything that's coming to you.
I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows very lightly and easily. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I always think manifest money when I need it. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life. I am a money magnet. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I focus on attracting wealth. My finances are healthy and thriving. I am a money magnet. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am financially abundant. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I always think positively about money. I focus on attracting wealth. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances are healthy and thriving. Money flows effortlessly into my life. Money flows into my life. I attract prosperity quickly and easily. I am a money magnet. I always have all the money I need. My life is overflowing with wealth. I am financially abundant. I am able to manifest money when I need it. I always think positively about money. I focus on attracting wealth. I reach my financial goals with ease. My finances are healthy and thriving. Money flows effortlessly into my life.